Game started.
Abdurman. From what country is that? Indonesia. Okay. E4. Let's see. I played a Sicilian recently. How about a French defense? I don't see that on the list. Recent games. Wrong pawn. This pawn. You can transpose into some kind of weird Sicilian by playing c5 there, I suppose. I think I have seen that. Okay, so he goes for the advanced Sicilian. I play with c5. The advanced French, rather. And normally in this, against the advanced French, I just try and put as much pressure on the center as I can. Knight here, queen here, maybe pawn to f6, maybe the other knight. Yeah, the spin is very popular. You know, I don't think it's right because it doesn't seem right for him to give up that light-scored bishop. But it does take the pressure off the center. So let's develop the queen. I could also play with a6, I think. If he supports the bishop with a4, then I will play a6 and force him to retreat or exchange. Okay, he's thinking about this. What else? He could also consider defending the bishop with the queen, I guess.
Check.
I would probably unpin then. Okay, so let's take. Then, yeah, probably develop my knight to g6, I guess, and that'll open up the bishop on this diagonal to take back this pawn. If he takes right away, I will have to take with the queen, but I guess that's okay. And then after the knight goes to g6 or f4, I can go to f4 because his light-scored bishop is gone. But on f4, he can harass the knight with the move f5, he can harass the knight with the move g4. Okay, castles. So after castles, it seems like he's not that likely to play g4. It would open up his king side. But what is my knight doing on f4? Yeah, I'm going to go to, on f5. I'm going to go to g6 anyway. If he takes here, then I get some pressure on the e-pawn. That can't be right. Okay, but he does have queen to f3, threatening this nasty check here. So if I kick the knight, is he retreating or is he planning to sacrifice? And does the sacrifice work? So h6, knight takes f7, king takes f7, queen here, check. My knight is loose, but it's not under attack. I just step back with the king. He has a follow-up with this bishop. I can attack the knight, but the knight can move. I just don't believe in that sacrifice, so let's just chase the knight back. Yeah, maybe it would have been better to chase the knight with but bishop e7 was not an effective way of chasing that knight because it's supported by the bishop. I mean, if it brought his queen out to f3, then I'd have to trade, and I don't necessarily want to trade off that dark-squared bishop. So he goes for the pin. Okay, so now I attack the knight, and he sacrifices on f7. I take back. Then the queen, my king is defending here. And this queen can go there, check. I step out of the way. I still don't quite believe this. You know, I could have taken the knight too. My knight is defending the rook, so taking his knight is with tempo against the queen. That would have been much better, I think. I think that would have been much better. Okay, so we just retreated now. Well, I'm feeling annoyed now that I missed that great chance. So should I just castle? I guess I should. And see if his queen really has anything useful to do there. I'm a bit cramped. That's the... Yeah, he can sacrifice his bishop for 2 pawns. Bishop takes, h6, pawn takes, queen takes. Okay, but he doesn't do that, he blocks. Let's open up here a little bit. One thing I don't like about this is that because I played h6 here, and I don't necessarily want to play f6 now to undermine the center, so this is not so easy to play as it might have been. Bishop here, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes, just loses a pawn. Let's open up a diagonal for my light squared bishop. Bishop a6 to d3. Looking at this diagonal might be a useful way to reroute that bishop and get it active in the game. Although on if I had to retreat back to f5, they could kick it with g4, that kind of thing. Might be a bit annoying. Okay, so he got his rook out. Let's get my bishop out. Let's think about knight f4. Knight f4 hits his queen, but does it do anything useful? Queen cannot go to the dark square or either of those squares, so it would chase it off the h file. Where could the queen go? The queen can go to g4, though. So knight here, queen g4. And then, is there anything there? Pawn up, but my knight is hanging. So I could defend that. If I could defend that knight on f4, that would be a queen trap. I could play something like h5, hitting the queen there. Okay, but the knight on f4 is not defended. So let's develop the bishop. Now knight f4, could gain a tempo on the way to e3. Knight f4, queen g4, knight e3, and I could grab the dark squared bishop there. Might be useful. But it would leave my king side a bit under defended too. I have to be careful with that. Let's see, maybe after doubling here it might be interesting. A rook to, if there was a rook on c8 here. Now that defends the c1 square too, so that would kill that idea I was thinking of. Okay, bishop to e3 is possible. Knight f4 to e3 is possible. Bishop in e3 to d3 to e4 might be a nice maneuver. Trade this bishop for this knight, because this is not my best bishop. And then playing out here would allow me to getting rid of the knight might allow my bishop to come to g5, but not in this case because his bishop is protecting g5. Okay, so now I'm thinking of a5, a4, kicking this knight away from that good post. just goes back there. Okay. Automatically. So I can pin that knight. I wonder if that's interesting. Yeah, he kicks my bishop. So this is a place where I have to decide. I could play bishop takes knight here. If he takes my bishop, I take his queen. So he has to take back. And if he takes with the knight, I'll take his rook. So he takes back with the queen. So bishop takes, queen takes. And then I can retreat my bishop back here. Yeah, pawn takes is possible too, I guess. Ooh, he can't play that way. Well, he was playing pretty well so up to that point, I thought.
White resigns.
Okay, well,
Incoming challenge.
I will upload this and do a postmortem. See you guys later. Bye.